Hi there, Rebecca here, your Vibe Mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Wanted to talk to you today about calibration, entrainment, synchronization. They all kind of have similar ties. So we've all heard some of the quotes, that you are the sum total or the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And I want to say that actually is not true, that it doesn't stop at 5 people, right? We also hear different versions, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Tony Robbins says proximity is power, right? So we have all these different ways of essentially saying, be careful who you spend time with, right? And so if you watch my videos, you'll see that I talk a lot about how we as light workers have secluded ourselves and we have isolated almost too much, that the fear of being seen and the unworthiness thread that can come from childhood or past lives where we may have been persecuted, right? Whatever the reason is, we've kind of been shut off and we are now being called to step into the light, right? We are light workers. We need to be seen and to share our gifts and start healing the world and creating heaven on earth, or the new earth, or however you want to look at it. And so who you spend time with matters a lot. And so we know that we have to protect our energy. We have to be careful with who we surround ourselves with. But we may have kind of swung the pendulum too far, where we're too in seclusion and we're too in the hermit mode or isolation, attempting to heal. And the key that I want to bring to you today is that, yes, healing needs to happen, but it can happen with other people, that we need to make sure to surround ourselves with the right people. So I'm going to give a couple facts, realizing that this may prove the point that you shouldn't be spending time with the wrong people, which I think we all know, we understand that. But bear with me, we're going to get to the to-do, right? What do we do instead, right? So when we stop doing something or we pull people out of our life, we leave a hole, right? And nature abhors a vacuum. So we want to make sure that we fill that hole correctly. So stick with me here, okay? So if you if you have a friend who becomes obese, you are 45% more likely to become obese, right? This is a study done by, if I say the names correctly, Nicholas Christakis and James Fowler. I'm not great with names, so apologize in advance if that's wrong. But you get the point. There was a study, there were some people well known, there's the names, you can search it if you want to find it, right? Here's the catch. It doesn't just stop with that friend. If your friend's friend that you don't even know becomes obese, you are 20% more likely to lose weight. And it continues. If your friend's friend's friend, again, you don't know the friend's friend, and you certainly don't know the friend's friend's friend, if they become obese, you are 10% more likely to gain weight, right? The same applied with smoking. It was 61%, 29%, and 11% for those same situations respectively, right? So what that means is, yes, one, we want to protect against who we're surrounded by, but two, we also need to start being seen and being of service and being helping, because it's going to affect us. Essentially, the 3 degrees of separation is unavoidable, right? That these impacts are going to affect us whether we hibernate or not, right? And so the same applies for positive characteristics, positive habits, positive benefits, right? And so what we need to realize from this study is essentially that all the people around you are influencing you whether you like it or not, and there's no avoiding it, right? And they think through this study that it is perspective, but I want to add more to the conversation. Think then about pairs of pendulums that synchronize to each other. If you take 2 wooden pendulums and you set them on the same table, they can synchronize within seconds, sometimes as few as a few minutes, no more than 30 minutes. They will synchronize. That's fascinating, right? They have not been able to fully understand and explain why this happens, right? They call it the synchronization of 2 clocks, if you want to look into that. Think about ballet dancers and how they move in rhythm to the music. Think about violinists and how they coordinate in an orchestra. Think about fish and how they swim together. Yes, when you have the human element, you can coordinate the ballet dancers and the violins intentionally, right? But there is something that happens. Go to, I love to bring up my body pump class. You know, we're lifting weights to music. When one person gets off, you can kind of see the whole room just kind of shifts a little bit, right? We all kind of have to shift back into our own consciousness to make sure that we stay in rhythm. But when the room is flowing and when we're all in this together, we're all lifting, right? We're doing our presses. It's easy. I just love watching when the room is synchronized, the vibration that emanates. Think about a football game. When you go to the football game and you've got all of these people, hundreds of thousands of people cheering for a team, the energy, the momentum that is gained in that synchronized focus, right? There's other examples, right? Even the 100th monkey effect. So we can start to look at this as more than just perspective shifting, right? There's an energetic element, and hopefully someday soon, you know, quantum physics or whatever science is necessary to start to prove this will start to explain why we entrain to the people around us, right? You'll notice that someone takes a drink and you want to take a drink, right? We have mirror neurons in our brains that are there to help us learn and train and calibrate to other people. And that's how we learn and grow. And unfortunately, it works both ways, right? So we want to really make sure that we are cultivating, we are consciously choosing the people that we surround ourselves with. And I understand I'm talking in the day and age of COVID, right, where we are restricted. In some places we are confined. In some places we can't get out and see people. We can't travel, right? So it doesn't have to be your physical environment, right? Social media can be a good tool. If you find the right groups, they're private, they're safe, you can connect with people, you can follow me on YouTube, you can watch me every day, and just by being here in this moment, we are calibrating, right? You are calibrating to my energy. And so we have to look for those trailblazers. When it comes to stepping into your life purpose, shining your light, making a difference in the world, think about who do you want to be like, right? If it's Tony Robbins, watch Tony Robbins. If it's me, follow me, watch every day, right? Find ways to create the example in your life. Pull in the energy that you want to calibrate to so that you can start to shift your energy, right? Learn more about what is keeping you from getting out there, being seen, right? If it's fear, identify that fear and bring someone into your life who has solved that fear, right? Find the trailblazers, get to know them, watch them, fill your airways with their energy, right? So that you have that frequency to calibrate to, right? So we want to entrain, we want to synchronize, we want to calibrate, we want to mirror, whatever word you want to use, but we need to start to remember that frequency that is in your life is something that's going to impact your vibration. It's going to impact your frequency. It's going to impact what you draw to you. And the beautiful thing is, and I can speak from example here, when I find people that I respect and value, that I want to entrain to, shifts happen. Right? I watch a video, I invest in a master class, I invest in myself, I say, I'm all in, this is happening, I know that I am the one to make that happen, right? Shifts happen, things change, right? You find momentum. So make sure that you're reaching out, make sure that you're making connections. You cannot do this alone. You were not designed to be alone. You have chemistry in your body that is designed to make you euphoric when you have connections with other people. Being of service is beyond explanation, right? That the joy and the happiness and the fulfillment that you seek is in these things. And so connection with people who you want to help, as well as connections with people that you want to calibrate to or entrain to. So reach out and touch someone. We have to have it. Think about the isolation as the punishment in prison, right? Your brain, literally, biologically, you cannot survive without the connection. So remember that. Remember to find those people who have accomplished the goals that you want to achieve and calibrate to them, right? We calibrate just like instruments. We entrain just like pendulums. We mirror just like fish, right? So we have to remember to consciously use our focus, use our magic of focused attention and awareness, focused a consciousness, and that is how we move to the next level and we take those quantum leaps. So I would love to help you and support you on your journey. I have a couple free meditations below if you want to check those out. I will see you on the next video, and I look forward to supporting you again in the future. Namaste, my friends.